Welcome to Coffee with Adam and Jen, the podcast that explores the timeless wisdom found in the Bible. I'm Jen, and today we embark on a fascinating journey through the sacred scriptures to discuss the concept of biblical marriage. Joining me today is my husband, Adam.
Good morning. But before we begin, here's a word from our sponsor who puts the coffee in Coffee with Adam and Jen.
This episode is sponsored by Heirloom Roastery. They harvest the top 1% coffee beans that are shade-grown high-altitude Arabica coffee. We will put a link in the description below. Type podcast20 at checkout for 20% off your order and free shipping for 2 pounds and over. So quick background on us. We've been together going on 22 years, married 16, and have 2 children. I'm a homeschool mom, and I enjoy landscaping photography, kayaking, painting, and morning dates with my husband Adam when he makes breakfast in the duck blind and when the weather's nice.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm an ordained minister, lathe operator, woodworker, and a short story writer on my adventures in hunting and outdoors. My interests are hunting, fishing, trapping. My passion is theology and what I call church art. And what I mean by church art is architecture, the actual paintings, artwork, stained glass windows. Pretty much that is what I like. So let's begin this.
Let's set the stage by discussing the principles of marriage as depicted in the Bible. Can you explain what a biblical marriage is to our viewers?
Yeah, in the Bible, marriage is often described as a sacred covenant between a man and a woman, ordained by God, and based on several key principles. There's the big three. You have unity. In Genesis 2:24, we read, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." This emphasizes the unity of oneness in a marital relationship. Number 2 is it's companionship. It's marriage is designed to provide companionship and support. In Ecclesiastes 4:9-12, we find that 2 are better than 1, and they can support each other through life's challenges. And then 3 is a really important one. It's love and respect. In Ephesians 5:25 instructs husbands to love their wives as Christ has loved the church, and wives to respect their husbands. This mutual love and respect from the foundations, they really form the foundation of a strong marriage.
Well, this shows that marriage is a gift from God. Those 3 steps, they seem to be easy, but yet so hard to come to terms with, especially during early marriages, which goes to show that a marriage actually takes 3. It takes you, your spouse, and Christ to make a successful marriage. Now let's talk about the roles of and responsibilities of husbands and wives in biblical marriage.
Yeah, in a biblical marriage, there are clear roles and responsibilities outlined. Husbands are called to be the spiritual leader of the household, providing love, protection, and guidance. And the wife's role is to encourage and to submit to their husband's leadership while also contributing their wisdom and their support. This partnership is based on a mutual respect and cooperation between the two.
It's important to note that biblical roles and responsibilities are often misunderstood and misinterpreted. They are not about dominance, but about partnership and serving one another in love. Now, how does the Bible address challenges and conflicts within the marriage?
The Bible acknowledges that conflicts can arise in marriage, but it also provides guidance for resolution. Matthew 18:15-17 outlines a process for addressing grievances within the church, which can be applied to a marriage. First, a private conversation between the two of you, and then involving a mediator just to kind of sit between you two if it's necessary, and ultimately seeking, you know, to come together, you know. Additionally, in like Ephesians 4:26, advises not letting the sun go down on your anger, emphasizing that the importance of resolving the conflict right away and not letting
Right.
it brew and kind of fester in there.
That's great advice. Let's move on to the concept of divorce and biblical marriage.
Divorce is a complex topic in the Bible. Jesus in Matthew 19:3-9 teaches that divorce was permitted due to the hardness of the human hearts, but ideally it shouldn't happen. The Bible encourages forgiveness, reconciliation, and seeking God's guidance even before considering divorce. Regarding like remarriage after divorce, it's a topic of debate among scholars and different denominations. I mean, everybody has their own way of dealing with this. Some believe it's permissible in certain circumstances, while others hold a stricter view of once you're divorced, you can't get married again because the Bible teaches that you're still married to that person, except for, well,
Until
death.
death do you part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you for shedding light on these points of what a biblical marriage is. As we wrap up, could you share some practical advice for couples seeking to build a strong biblical marriage today?
Yeah, I'd say study the scriptures together. You know, go through the scriptures, read them together, sit down and talk about them. I find this is actually quite fascinating. We do this a lot. You know, sitting right here. This is pretty much what we do for our dates. Prayer. Pray together for your marriages, for your family. I mean, just ask God for guidance in your marriage. See if He can soften your hearts and get you past the conflict you're having. And then seek counsel if it's needed. I mean, pastors are there for you. You got counselors out there. You got psychiatrists. Sometimes you just need the other person in there just to be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I see. And kind of shine a light. Because when you're angry, it's easy to point fingers, you know. Um, Love and respect. I mean, continuously love and respect each other. I mean, strive for that. That's why you're in this.
Right.
I mean, if you're stressed, your partner's stressed. So how would you want your partner to, you know, treat you, you know?
Right.
And then forgiveness. I mean, that's the biggest one I think we've learned in the years we've been together.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, yeah.
mean, just learn to forgive each other. I mean,
What the saying goes, learn, what is it? Pick your battles.
yeah, basically.
Learn to pick your battles.
Basically. I mean, you know when to fight the good fight, and then
Right.
sometimes you just need to learn to be quiet and say, yes, dear. You know, I mean, that's...
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But those are the 5 things I would say that really help with.
Well, that's great advice. Well, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Coffee with Adam and Jen. We hope this episode has provided valuable insights into building strong and God-centered marriages. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you have any questions or topics you would like us to explore in the future episodes, please reach out to us on our email or on our social media. The link is in the description below. Or you could hit us up in the comments. We would love to hear from you on future topics. We would like to do a Q&A in the future episodes, so make sure you hit us up in the comments below, and your questions could be answered at the end of a future episode. Until next time, may your faith continue to be your foundation in all aspects of life.
God bless.
bless.
Bye.